Hey guys, how are you? It's been a while. So today I just thought I'd do a video for my UK subscribers or anyone from the UK watching this video about the coronavirus, when it's going to end, what we can expect. I'm going to leave political views out of this because I'm not a great fan of Boris Johnson, because I feel he left it far too long before he put these measures in place, and now we're having almost 1,000 deaths a day. So I will leave that aside for the time being. I will just focus on specifically the timing as to when it's going to end, what it will be like once it has lifted, just to kind of give an overview, really. So let's just do an updated one. So I'm just going to shake the energy out from previous readings. So just looking in the UK, two have fallen out already. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. I'm just looking at the timing as to when this is going to come to an end. Okay, there's lots that have fallen out. So some of them aren't great. So the Three of Swords has fallen out as well. Five of Swords. Death, which unfortunately speaks for itself, even though this card is colourful and beautiful and playful. You know, the reality is, well, we know what the reality is. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The King of Wands. Four of Swords reversed. And the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I did just want to focus on timing, but the general sort of vibe that I'm getting, because I have to go with that as well. The Three of Swords is about a lot of pain, suffering, great loss. You know, it's also a sense of feeling betrayed. And I feel the betrayal I'm getting from this is the NHS feel betrayed by the government, in respect of they're not getting the right equipment to deal with it, the right protective equipment. You know, a lot of people in general, the general public, feel betrayed by the government about all of this. You know, I mean, there's lots of different things that are involved here, but there's a lot of tears being shed for different reasons, obviously, for people who are away from their families at the moment. They're seriously ill. They're in lockdown. You know, they've lost family members. There's a lot of energy behind this card, but I do feel there's a great sense of betrayal, you know, here as well from this. So, you know, I'm not surprised that the Three of Swords is there. I'm also not surprised by the Five of Swords, because this is about literally fighting for your life. So there is going to be a lot of that. You know, there's going to be a lot of things that we don't agree with during this time, but we have to, you know, we have to. That's it, you know. We just have to fight through this. There's no other way around it, you know. And I feel like as a nation, as a species, we are very strong, you know. And this is deeper than the coronavirus. This is like a spiritual war that's going on, and at the moment there's a lot of purging and cleansing that's going on to remove the evil from the world. And you can believe that or not, you know, but I do feel this is a spiritual war. And of course there's a lot of fatalities, you know. There's innocent people that have been caught up in this, but there are some people getting it, you know, for a specific reason, you know, to kind of cleanse the earth and make a new earth and a new world, should we say, and not the New World Order, not the Illuminati. I'm not saying that, you know. I just mean, like, in a good way. Mother Earth is healing at the moment, you know. Like, for example, I've been walking around a lot in the grass outside the house without shoes on, and just allowing myself to tune in into the earth's energy, you know. And yesterday I tuned in, and she's like breathing a sigh of relief. She's peaceful because she's healing, you know, and people are coming together, and this is what she's wanted. You know, this is what the earth wants. It doesn't want us to be fighting each other all the time, you know. She wants us to be as one in unity with the world, with nature, with ourselves. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the death card because that talks by itself, but I feel in the UK at the moment we are at the point now where there are going to be, I feel, maybe for another week or so the deaths are going to continue to rise, and then they are going to drop off, they're going to plateau, because this is the pattern that seems to be happening throughout the world. You know, we're not going to be any different. So I do feel the next 5 days they are going to increase, and then by the end of next week they're going to drop down quite significantly. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods, but I do feel it will drop significantly so that the government will address the situation again. So let's have a look. So I've still not got a time in here. When will the UK lockdown restrictions be lifted? Ah, what a great card. Ten of Cups is the best one you can hope for. Okay. And then the Page of Swords. Now the swords are quite fast acting. Usually with the page, I don't think it takes that long. I'm just trying to, let's see. Let's just get some more timing because I just want to be clear on the timing when they're going to be lifted. Okay, so I've got the Two of Swords, the Knave of Wands, the Knave of Swords. So what this is saying to me is within 2 weeks' time they're going to be re-examined, re-looked at, and I do feel that Page of Wands usually, I think it's up to 2 weeks again, so I feel like in 2 weeks' time they're going to lift certain things slowly as to not overwhelm people, so we don't get overwhelmed. But I do feel that it will be a huge sigh of relief. You know, this is, the Ten of Cups is the best card because it's like the ultimate happiness, the ultimate emotion. So I feel like there may be some restrictions lifted, like for example, you can go and visit family and friends, but in, you know, big public outings will be banned for still a while longer. And if you're shopping, you know, the 2 meters, things may stay in place for a while, but I do feel within 2 weeks they are going to be lifted slightly. I don't feel they'll be completely removed, but I do feel they will be lifted enough that people can actually go and see their family and friends. You know, but big public outings are still going to be banned for quite a period of time. The Three of Pentacles, it represents a period of 3 months, so like the total period of time this is going to last for is 3 months. So if you think about it, okay, so we went into lockdown on the 25th of March. Is that it? Wow, it's felt like years. So it's like the 20th of March that we went into lockdown, I think. So we're coming up to 4 weeks now. So by sort of June time, things will be lifted even more, but I do feel in the next 2 weeks they are going to be lifted to a point where we can actually go out, visit relatives. There'll just be a big shift, there'll be a big change. You know, the tens are about completion, so there'll be in the respect of, you know, there's less and less deaths every day. I do feel that the lockdown is working. I do also feel that it should have been in place sooner. I do feel the NHS don't get enough credit. They should be provided with the relevant protective equipment and clothing, but they're not. Boris Johnson is an absolute joke of a person, but again, I'm not going to go into that too deeply. In terms of I I guess they're doing the best they can under the circumstances, but I do feel that things should have been done sooner. I feel like the hypocrites, you know, they said that there was no money for the NHS to get pay rises, and then all of a sudden a crisis happens where they're getting ill and they found £350 billion. Do you see what I mean? It's just, it's ridiculous. And, you know, anyone who is focused on greed or wrongdoing or evil in any kind of way is going to be hit really heavily by this. You know, it's kind of like Judgment Day in a respect, if you believe in that kind of thing. You know, but it's really funny. I know this sounds like crazy, but like where I used to live, we used to get Jehovah's Witnesses, and I used to talk to them because they were old people, you know, and I thought I'd brighten the day by listening to their stories. And the gentleman that I always spoke to, like, Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, they're always convinced that Judgment Day is coming, but he said that he felt it was coming sooner than we thought. And I guess it just made me think of this, because it depends really what you consider Judgment Day to be, you know. And in a way it is kind of like Judgment Day, because there is a huge purge going on right now, and it's scary and terrifying, but I feel like as long as you don't deny the virus, you know, you're not doing anything to endanger other people, you'll be okay. As long as you learn and understand, you know, to treat other human beings better and to love and treat family better, you'll be okay. You know, even if you get sick, you'll fight through it. You know, some people unfortunately can't because they've got compromised immune systems, and that's nobody's fault, you know. And it is difficult. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, obviously it's a really shitty time right now, but the thing is with the Wheel of Fortune, it always turns back up, you know. So even though we're kind of stuck this side up at the moment, again, it will turn up right. You know, the Wheel of Fortune represents a period of 30 days as well. So 2 weeks, 30 days, you know, I do feel within that time we are going to have some restrictions lifted. We're going to be able to do things, you know, see our loved ones again. But big group gatherings are going to be banned for quite a while. You know, in other parts of the world, like for America, for example, I do think they're going to be in it for a lot longer because they have a lot more deaths. There's a lot more people there. Italy as well. They're going to be a lot longer. But I feel for us, obviously, because we're an island, and you know, it would be lifted sooner. But I feel like, in a way, it's going to affect us deeper. But that's all I have to say on the matter for now. Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't talk about these other cards as well. Forgive me. So the Four of Swords in reverse is basically, it's about imposed. It's like a prison sentence. It's like it's been imposed on you. So this is something that you've been forced to do, but it's kind of so you can rest and heal. Because this usually represents like a serious illness, but it can also represent prison as well. So it's kind of combined the two things there. So it's important to remember this, that it is important for our survival. The King of Pentacles in reverse, you know, this is basically anyone who is focused on greed or selling the NHS off to their rich friends or not getting the NHS the equipment that they need will be affected by this, and their world will be turned upside down and their finances will just go to shit. So, you know, it's basically saying anyone who's focused on greed right now is going to be hit hard by it. Okay, so just wanted to do this quick video. I hope you're all staying safe and well. I send love and healing to all of you. If you've been affected by it, you know, please feel free to reach out and talk to me. You know, if you need someone to speak to, you know, I'm here to listen. But I wish all of you well and safe, you know, safety, happiness, happy Easter. I hope you spend it with people you love, or if you're not, that you send messages of love to them, and I wish you all the best health and happiness in the world.